Look at the absolute audacity of the scheduling committee. They dropped the absolute kings of Joga Bonito, the 5-time world champions, into the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. The city where grown men climb greased street poles and throw batteries at Santa Claus. But tonight, my beautiful football bros, there was absolutely zero love on that pitch. Group C has officially commenced, and it was less of a football match and more of an internationally televised crime scene. Brazil taking on Haiti. The absolute giants of South America against the ultimate underdogs of CONCACAF. The Seleção rolled up to Lincoln Financial Field completely dripping in aura. They didn't even look like they were there to play a professional sport. Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo stepped off the team bus looking like they were heading to a VIP section in a Miami nightclub. They were smiling, they were laughing, they were probably checking their Instagram notifications in the tunnel. They look at a World Cup group stage match against Haiti, the same way you and I look at a light Tuesday morning jog. And on the other side, Haiti, the absolute warriors, the gladiators. They knew exactly what they were up against. They looked at the Brazilian lineup, saw $1 billion worth of attacking talent, and collectively decided, you know what? We might not have the possession. We might not have the 5-star skill moves. But we absolutely have 2 feet and a burning desire to commit grievous bodily harm. From the exact second the referee blew his whistle, the Haitians were entirely out for blood. They didn't come to play football. They came to audition for the UFC. They were putting in tackles that are legally banned in 48 states. If you cannot get the ball, my brother, you must absolutely obliterate the man. 3 yellow cards. 3. That is not a tactical defensive display. That is a completely organized syndicate of violence. They were treating the Brazilian wingers like her literal piñatas. Every single time Vinny Jr. touched the ball, 3 Haitian defenders immediately closed in on him like he owed them money. They were slide tackling from completely different area codes. They were jumping into challenges with their studs pointing straight at the International Space Station. The referee was blowing his whistle so hard his lungs were about to collapse. But it did absolutely nothing. He looked like a substitute teacher trying to calm down a classroom full of feral children. The Haitian defense looked at the rule book, laughed directly in the referee's face, and threw it into the Delaware River. But let me tell you the absolute sick, twisted reality of the Brazilian national team. You can kick them, you can punch them, you can hit them with the steel folding chair. It absolutely does not matter. Because the second you miss your tackle, they are going to embarrass you so incredibly badly that your own family will pretend they don't know you. The technical superiority on display tonight was completely illegal. It should have an R rating. You cannot broadcast this to children. The Brazilians were moving the ball like they were linked up to the same central Wi-Fi network. It was pure, unadulterated, liquid football. They were playing a rondo drill inside the Haitian penalty box. They were passing the ball around the defenders like the defenders were simply training cones that occasionally tried to break their ankles. First goal, boom, the absolute inevitable reality check. Brazil strings together a sequence of passes so disgustingly fluid, so incredibly fast, the camera operators literally couldn't keep up. 1 touch. 2 touch, flick, back heel. The Haitian defenders are spinning around in absolute circles. They are looking for the ball like a man who just lost his car keys in a dark parking lot. They are getting completely dizzy. And then they finish, ruthless, surgical, cold-blooded, 1-0 to Brazil. And what happens next? The absolute worst part. The part that physically breaks your spirit. The dancing. You just got carved up like a Thanksgiving turkey on global television. And now you have to stand there and watch 5 grown men do a choreographed TikTok dance by the corner flag. They are doing the samba. They are doing the salsa. They are having a literal carnival right in front of your goalkeeper, who is currently reconsidering his entire life trajectory. Haiti tries to respond. They puff out their chests. They try to push forward. But how do you press a team that doesn't even respect your existence? Every time a Haitian player tried to step to Lucas Paquetá, the man just rolled the ball under his studs, did a little shimmy, and sent the defender sliding straight into the advertising boards. The Brazilians were doing roulettes in their own defensive third. They were doing rainbow flicks over guys who work second jobs. The absolute disrespect is generational. Second half starts, and you think Brazil might take their foot off the gas. You think they might show a single ounce of human empathy? Absolutely not. They bring on the bench. And the Brazilian bench is entirely more terrifying than their starting 11. They bring on kids who were literally born after the iPhone was invented. Teenagers who look like they still have a curfew, but they are stepping onto the pitch and completely cooking 30-year-old veterans. Second goal. An absolute masterclass is in pure humiliation. A switch of play that travels 60 yards right onto the laces of a winger who controls it like it is a tennis ball. He drops his shoulder, sends the Haitian fullback completely out of the stadium to buy a hot dog, and slots it near post. 2-0. The goalkeeper didn't even dive. He just put his hands on his hips and stared at his defenders like, "What do you want me to do? I am fighting a literal cartel of magicians." And the yellow cards just keep stacking up. Haiti realizes they are completely drowning, so they just start swinging. It is pure CONCACAF heritage. If we are going down, we are taking your shin pads with us. They are pulling shirts so hard, the fabric is tearing. They are leaving late boots in, the game is completely chaotic. It is a beautiful, beautiful disaster. But the Sélection just laugh. They absorb the contact, they do a somersault, they win the free kick, and they smile. 89th minute. The final nail in the coffin. The final disrespect. Brazil has the ball on the edge of the box. They don't even look like they are trying. They are walking. They are literally strolling through the park. A little give and go. A tiny little chipped through ball that totally defies the laws of physics. And bang! 3-0. Put it in the freezer. Lock the gates. Call the authorities. The final whistle blows. 3-0 to Brazil. And honestly, the scoreline flatters Haiti. If Brazil actually wanted to, if they actually got out of second gear, it would have been 8. The Sélection treated the opening match of the World Cup like a light exhibition game in Rio de Janeiro. They brushed aside the physical assault. They completely ignored the flying studs, and they delivered pure, unfiltered box office entertainment. Haiti, my brothers, you fought like absolute lions. You brought the aggression. You brought the dark arts, and you secured 3 very well-deserved yellow cards. You tried to turn a football match into a street fight, but you brought fists to a magic show. If you loved this absolute clinic of technical superiority, if you love seeing defenders completely humiliated by stepovers and back heels, you know exactly what to do. Destroy that subscribe button. Smash the like button until your internet provider calls to check on you. We are here all tournament long, watching the Giants feast, roasting the underdogs, and documenting every single moment of this sick, twisted, beautiful sport. Stay toxic, stay loud, and I will see you in the next one.